Welcome to Dial Up Digest. Susie Carmichael is a main recurring character of the Rugrats series. She was introduced to the show when she moved across the street from Tommy in Meet the Carmichaels.
Hi, my name's Susie. What's yours? Tommy. Hi, Tommy.
Susie was 3 years old, just like Angelica. And she was voiced by the talented voice actor Cree Summer. Before we get into this analysis, let's take a look at Susie's signature look. Susie wore her hair in 3 braids decorated with red hair ties and clips. She wore a yellow and purple dress, matching purple capris, and red slippers. One of the things that really made Susie stand out was her personality. Susie considered the babies as her friends. Because Susie was older than the babies, they looked up to her. She was more reliable to them than Angelica, who would always lie to get what she wanted.
Hi, Susie. I'm sorry we can't talk now. We're helping Angelica because her mommy and daddy is poor. One lemonade. Poor?
She offered the babies reassurance to overcome their fears, like when Chucky wanted to face his fears of going down the slide.
The next thing you gotta do is stop saying you're scared. You're big and you're brave. Like a big brave dog. Say it. I'm a big brave dog. Keep saying it over and over.
Susie was very assertive and wasn't afraid to stand up to Angelica to defend the babies.
Hey, Angelica, are you trying to get out of sharing your monies with the babies?
Susie was the complete opposite of Angelica. Whereas Angelica would cause issues for the babies, Susie would try to fix their problems, like when she fixed their toys. At first, Angelica was jealous of all the attention she got, but later she appreciated Susie's talent when she fixed her own toys. Angelica was also jealous of how the babies liked Susie more than her. This led to ongoing tension and competitiveness between the toddlers. In one episode, Susie and Angelica compete in a pet show. Susie enters her pet rat Herbie, whom she taught to ride a tricycle.
Like I really believe that. Hi, Angelica. Herbie, I told you no wheelies.
Despite the differences between her and Angelica, the two were somewhat friends. Angelica even looked out for Susie, like when she accidentally ruins a picnic.
Quick, we gotta hide. But Angelica, it was an accident. We have to tell Mrs. Pickles what happened.
Susie had strong morals and valued honesty. She was more mature compared to Angelica, but she was still a toddler.
Susie!
Because she was a toddler, she was also prone to misunderstandings, just like her friends. For example, she once thought she would have to move just because her dad's boss came to visit. Susie came from a large family. She was the youngest of 4 children. Her dad was Randy, who worked as a writer for the Dummy Bears. Susie's mother Lucy was a doctor, chef, and a pilot. You could tell Susie took after her mother since they were both friendly and high achievers. My favorite episode of Rugrats that featured Susie was a Rugrats Kwanzaa. In that episode, Susie's great aunt T visits to celebrate this holiday with the Carmichaels. She teaches Susie about Kwanzaa and how it was about honoring the greatness of their African American ancestors. The episode even included a fictional story that featured Martin Luther King. Susie then sees her older siblings getting praised for their achievements and awards. Susie starts to feel inferior to them because she never won an award. Kwanzaa was about celebrating greatness, and she thought she didn't have any greatness to celebrate. However, in the end, Susie learns that greatness is not measured in prizes. It's what you do and its impact that makes one great. Before I watched this episode as a kid, I never heard of Kwanzaa before.
Kwanzaa is a cultural holiday established in 1966, commemorating the first harvest celebrations of Africa.
This episode really stuck out to me because I got to learn about the amazing history and cultural traditions of the celebration. In All Grown Up, Susie continued to be part of the Rugrats crew. Just like Susie matured, her friendship with Angelica did as well. However, the two would sometimes clash because Angelica was still a rebel and Susie still had a strong moral compass. Aside from Susie's friendship with Angelica, she also became close with Kimmy. Susie continued to value her friendships like she did in the original series. For example, during the episode Runaround Susie, Susie decided to support her team in a language competition instead of going to a singing audition that was scheduled at the same time. She also helped Harold set up an online advice service. She was academically successful, took part in extracurricular activities, and she was a talented singer.
All the power of the mountains is the force that lives in me.
She was book smart, but she was a little naive. In the season 1 episode, Susie Sings the Blues, she gets scammed $1,000 by a con artist who said she would get her a record deal. Susie borrowed the money from her sister, which led to a falling out when the truth unfolded. The incident made Susie doubt her future as a singer, but she soon realized how important it truly was for her. Even if others in her life didn't understand that, she was driven to keep her passion for singing alive.
And I'm not gonna let some con artist in a fake designer suit stop me. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have a gig.
In the season 5 episode, Susie experiences another struggle with her identity. To Susie's shock, she learns that her peers thought of her as a goody-goody.
A goody-goody?
To prove them wrong, Susie tried to get rid of her good girl image by going bad.
What's up, fool?
She changed her appearance and started acting out. She went so far as to trespass on private property. The episode showed how deep down Angelica really does care about Susie. She tried to rescue her after Susie trespassed and lied for her by saying it was her idea. After the ordeal, Susie learned how it's not worth it to try to be someone you're not. She disappointed herself, her family, and went against everything she stood for. In 1993, Susie's debut made her one of the first African-American characters on Nickelodeon. For so many girls, seeing Susie made them finally feel seen. Rugrats was a very popular show at the time, so it was powerful to see a character like Susie as part of this successful franchise. If you're used to seeing characters who look like you and your family, you might not notice that it doesn't reflect other people who also watch the show. Not seeing parts of your experience reflected on TV can make kids feel excluded and outside the boundaries of what is considered normal. To see characters like Susie at a time when there weren't that many was revolutionary. Susie's character was an honest representation of Black culture and not a caricature. She wasn't a token character. She was authentic, well-developed, and had a compelling and educational backstory. Her character went against negative stereotypes of African Americans and their families. The Carmichaels were well-educated, intelligent, successful, law-abiding citizens. They were a wholesome, close-knit family and lived in a nice home within a middle-class neighborhood.
Howdy! What a surprise to see you all here.
The fact that the family was African American wasn't the focus of their role. The Carmichaels were Tommy's neighbors who simply happened to be of an African American background. In summary, Susie Carmichael is an inspirational role model to all kids regardless of their background. Susie was courageous, smart, successful, talented, confident, kind, honest, and a great friend. She showed how you can be nice, assertive, and still be well-liked by your peers. She showed integrity by pursuing what made her happy, even if others didn't understand her dreams.
Not so sure where I'm going, but this is where I start.
She showed how being great wasn't about the awards you win, but the impact of your actions. Susie as an African American character was inspirational to so many kids and was part of the beginning of a new era of diversity in animated cartoons. What do you think of Susie? What was your favorite Susie moment? Let me know in the comments down below. And don't forget to subscribe for new videos like this every Thursday. Until next time, my friends, dialing out.